What's going on, guys? This is Raymond Ironbody McKinney, and today I want to talk about this how I view the world from a subtler standpoint. So, really, we think we live in this, space-time world where it's just like this linear path where we just walk through space in this amount of time or something. And really, we're actually we think we're actually thinking from a fourth dimension. I'm going to quantify it as a fourth dimensional perspective. Like when we think of a place, like we're using our imagination. Like if we want to go somewhere, we use our imagination. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, we still use it. We're still using it. Those kinesthetics, those even though we're not intentionally trying to use them, it's a habitual thing. Um, I can go much deeper with this stuff. Like, we things appear solid and all that stuff, but it's not solid at all. The world's always shifting and shaping based on because our assumptions are like our assumptions, from my perspective, all our mental images, how we picture the world, it solidifies as collective assumptions. It solidifies into objective fact, and worlds within worlds within worlds. You've heard people talk about welcome to my world or these things, and I really do see it as like we're literally walking through worlds within worlds within worlds, converging simultaneously in the infinite eternal now. There's no past or future. Everything exists in eternal now. All past, present, future exists in eternal now. And this is what I'm really getting into when it comes to manifesting. Manifesting is not like this thing where it's like you have to like work towards it. It's just embodying that state as if you are that person. It's literally that. Just get into that deep feeling that you are that person. Now you don't have to be perfect to be like, it has to be exactly matching my mental image. Just make it as ideal as possible. And to really feel that, embody that feeling. No one knows, but you're deep, like within you. You'll be inevitably guided towards synchronistic paths, coincidental paths, all these things. And really, I believe, the worlds within worlds within worlds are converging simultaneously. We're just tuning into his realities. We're always manifesting moment by moment based on our assumptions. Our assumptions solidify objective reality. And that's really my perspective on this whole thing. It's like tuning in, like Neville said something like, it's like when you're trying to shift into another reality or whatever, it's kind of like a radio, like tuning in on that radio, tuning into that frequency and matching that wavelength. And then it's just, he said so beautifully, like, you're tuning into that reality and you're not actually interfering with anything. That's mind blowing to me to think. Now, a lot of people won't believe that, but really, it has to come down to testing. You cannot just say, well, it doesn't work. You have to come down to testing it yourself to really live it. You can't just analytically study it to death and say that. It must be performed and practiced. Or it must be practiced in performance. And to really live in that because your mind does not know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So like everything you see, though it appears real, like William Blake said, things that are now proven have once been imagined. Like planes, this chair I'm sitting in, it's been imagined. Everything's been imagined. This house, yeah, this hat, this shirt I'm wearing, every one of those things has been imagined. So, and it's no accident that these things happen. You see trends all the time. You see trends all the time. And people will just say, like, well, it was going to happen anyway. Because everything, there's no accidents in this universe. People want to say, well, it's just random occurrences, and that's their assumptions. What they assume to be random appears random. So, really, it's about mastering the art of assuming, empowering, to really assume and change your inner assumptions to things more noble and empowering. It's that simple. It may take some practice, but it's to really get into that feeling. Whether it's like a couple mantras to really get, maybe if you say a mantra in your head to really embody that feeling, or to visualize, whatever you are. If you're a visualizer or someone who, or an art, listen to someone's voice or something like that. All these are tools that are that are not utilized by many people. It's and yes, I do find it's silly to me sometimes too. Like when I talk about manifesting and stuff, I still have those feelings of like, I still see it kind of like, this is silly, this doesn't work. But again, it's okay to feel like that. But may I tell you from experience, it does work. So you can agree or disagree with me on here. I don't care. Do what works for you. Do what works for you. Do what resonates with you. Think for yourself and live your life to the fullest, best as nobly as possible. You're here to imagine. You're here to experience imagination. That's it. So, I hope this video helps, and I bless you all and happy manifesting.